Voice News on the Wendy Bell Radio Network. The streets are still blocked. The storm is coming down hard right now. They don't mind getting wet. They just want their transit permit. A lot of people are asking me to describe what is happening, Oscar. Again, I will do a recap for people that are listening right now. This has been since the morning. Well, not since the morning. They have been waiting here since Monday. Let me go back Monday real quick. Since Monday, a caravan left the south border of Tapachula, around 4,000 migrants, majority of them from Venezuela, majority of them men, women, and some children, 600 plus children. So that was the count. And well, this apparently not only it is a humongous problem right now because they're blocking the streets, but not only that, it's not that they're just only blocking the streets. It is just that they interfered and they rushed the National Guard earlier this morning, rushing them, and they took the installations of the International Immigration of Mexico. They rushed through the installations. They threw rocks. They threw chairs. It was a massive confrontation between migrants and the National Guard. And after that, they took the streets. The whole day has been blocked. The whole day has been blocked. And, well, basically, it is a problem that has now trickled into getting more people to join National Guard. More National Guard officials have arrived. National Guard officials are getting tired. And ultimately, not only that, their attitude, it is basically getting little by little, it's to the last drop. This Mexican lady just passed by and he opened her arms to the National Guard, like saying, why are you guys allowing this to continue? As the problem continues, and it is continuing. Oscar el Blue. Global organizations are blocked also. You got the United Nations vehicle on the other side, and also UNICEF that they are blocked. Ah, give you another view right there of the semi trucks that they are blocked. I will answer some questions, real quick questions, small questions. Derogatory comments, denigrating comments, I will eliminate them. And ultimately, we have a moderator, we have renters that they do a magnificent job, and also my manager that it is in a person that does not rest as I am. It is exhausting and it is uh, physically, it's emotionally exhausting for us, both of us, to be working right now. Amy, thank you so much for the coffees. Buy me a coffee. It's on the top link if you guys like to contribute for independent reporting and travel fund. Thank you so much. Do they even eat? Yes, there's some burrito stands, and also there is some also some burrito stands. Let's move right here to a little bit to this side. We'll end the live feed. I'm not answering questions right now. I had a little bit of a heated of a moment right here with a person that is instigating the National Guard. This guy basically is taunting the National Guard and he wanted to be on camera. I'm not going to give him no camera time whatsoever. He's taunting the National Guard, and that is why I said for a moment I need to go. But this is not going to end well. I would like to say something real quick for everybody that is watching. This is our colleagues over here from the press. TV Azteca, Juan Manuel Cheche. We are only four broadcasters right here, four journalists. Well, I would like to give a quick shout out to my partner, Real Anthony Owedo. We started doing this because both of us, we are families from migrants. We are pro-migrants also, but we are against child trafficking, human smuggling, and human trafficking, and also undocumented and not a peaceful migration. Our principles are simple. They're really simple for us. Everybody deserves a right to migrate. Everybody has a right to migrate. We come from migrant families. It will be ourselves to say we are not for migrants. We are pro-migrant. But in every migrant, there needs to be a process, documented process, peaceful process, legal process, and also regular and with a purpose. Every time we consistently talk about that. Also, we are against the violation of humanitarian rights, but also we are for law and order, law and border, and respect of the Constitution of every country. Follow my partner Anthony Owedo and his and also Anthony Owedo in Twitter. It's another journalist right here by the name of Benjamin Alfaro. This is the guy that is coming right here in front. Sí. Pásale, pásale, pásale. So another colleague just arrived. We feel a little bit more guarded now. We feel that we are a little bit, a bunch of journalists. Look, it's only 3, 4, 5 journalists. Those 3 in the middle and those 2 and me. 6 journalists right now just to cover the news. Brent, Barbara, thank you so much for the coffees. Buy me a coffee. It's on the bottom link. Thank you so much for your support. Also follow our colleague and brother, Ben Berquam from Frontline America. Ben Berquam from Frontline America. Follow him. So download the app, Real America's Voice News. It is free. You can go over there and watch all your favorite broadcasters from Real America's Voice News, the voice of the people. Also real news, real and truthful news. This is the National Guard, how it looks right now on this side. And that is how it looks, the blockage on the eastbound of the westbound, of the road, exiting the municipal city of Huixla. The next municipal city is Villa Comatitlan. And this is Huixla. Traffic, it is all over the news. This blockage, it is national news. It is all over the news. Tomorrow, let's see what the president of Mexico says. Anonymous, thank you so much for the copies. Let's see what the Mexican president says. As he is preaching about in the United States that they're inhuman with migrants, and he is inhuman in his own country. This is what the leftist, communist dictators and governments are doing. They preach that they help, but they're on their own government. They do the opposite. They're liars. They're liars. They're communists. They're dictators. No puedo, viejo. Dime. ¿Qué te... Oscar el Blue. El Blue, figura pública. en Facebook y en YouTube, Oscar Blue Ramírez. Por nada, amigo. As the light of day will end and it is going to get dark and there is no electricity here whatsoever. And if this comes to another confrontation, it is not going to be nice. Hopefully, it will be by peace. No violence. Please, I'm praying. Let's pray that there's no violence and let's pray that this comes to a peaceful agreement between the authorities of Mexico, the migrants, that they're stubborn and they want to keep blocking right here in the streets, and that the Institute National of Immigration comes out with a solution. Enough is enough. This is our colleague that is about to play hit with TV Azteca. Truck drivers are tired, they're exhausted. Normal average citizens, look what they're doing. They're walking through a place where they feel insecure. The Tapachula citizens are really tired. They're protesting right there. They're chanting, we want our permit, we want our permit, we want our permit, we want our permit. For people that they're asking what they're chanting, that is what they're chanting. A lot of people watching me in Spanish, so I will address the audience in Spanish real quick. Real quick, I will address the audience in Spanish. Let me translate just a little bit, get a recap in Spanish. Saludos, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas noches, Oscar Blue. Estamos en la estación migratoria de Huixla y también la aduana de Huixla en la parte de Cerro Gordo. Se llama Cerro Gordo la estación migratoria, donde migrantes el día de hoy alrededor de las 12 del día, el hartazgo y el cansancio han provocado y la mala atención por parte del Instituto Nacional de Migración, eso es lo que dicen los migrantes, provocan que pues abrumen a las autoridades y que empujen y sobrepasen una barricada de la Guardia Nacional para entrar a las instalaciones del Cerro Gordo. Hubo una confrontación muy fuerte donde los oficiales tuvieron que resguardarse en sus oficinas y la estación de Cerro Gordo ha sido de alguna manera ya tomada en ciertos aspectos por la población migrante. Es una estación federal. Señores, esto es ya agravante. ¿Por qué? Porque no hay un control y sinceramente las autoridades mexicanas no han dado ninguna respuesta alguna de qué es lo que procede y qué van a hacer. El problema aquí grande y enorme es por qué se ha llegado a este punto en el cual tiene que haber inseguridad, tiene que haber confrontación, tienen que pasar 3 días de sol, de hambre. ¿Por qué tiene que llegar a este punto? ¿Por qué no hay un proceso? ¿Por qué no hay un filtro? ¿Por qué no hay un aviso? ¿Por qué no hay un acercamiento por parte de las autoridades mexicanas hacia la comunidad migrante? Evitarías muchos de los problemas que están sucediendo en este momento si hubiera un acercamiento por parte de las autoridades mexicanas, pero señores, pues ya esto está muy mal, ya hubo daños a propiedad federal y está bloqueado ya la estación de Cerro Gordo, donde comerciantes, transportistas están siendo afectados de manera secundaria, pero pues los migrantes dicen, nosotros solo queremos el permiso y queremos transitar. Quieren hablar con el Instituto Nacional de Migración, ellos dicen con la Guardia Nacional no es el problema es con el Instituto Nacional de Migración. La calle está bloqueada, bien dirigiéndose a la parte oeste de Huixla, el siguiente municipio es Villa Comatitlán. Si baja uno de la parte oeste a este, sería Huixla a el siguiente pueblo, al parecer sería Huehuetán, creo que es Huehuetán o Álvaro Obregón. Esto es la realidad de la situación que se vive en estos momentos en la estación migratoria de Cerro Gordo. Son alrededor de 2,000 migrantes los que están presionando, la mayoría de ellos son hombres. Hay niños, sí hay bastantes niños, pero la mayoría son hombres y también hay mujeres, bastantes. Going back to English. We're going to do only 1 hour live feed. As you guys can understand, I'm exhausted. I'm really exhausted, and then we are going to come back again. I will let know my manager if we come back. Also, I will let know our group and also my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. I will let him know when I'm going live, as he is helping me also restreaming and also sharing this important news. Who would ever thought, Anthony? Remember our WhatsApp lives that we used to do? And we are here, putting ourselves in harm's way always to bring you guys the reality and truth of the news for every single one of them and for every single person that is watching us. And people are asking me about my back. Yes, huge rock earlier today in the confrontation, a huge rock hit my back. I took some medicine. One of the journalists' wife had an ibuprofen. I took some ibuprofen. It doesn't hurt right now, but I have a purple spot. And also my ankle was hurt. a baton was stolen from one of the National Guard's officials, and it was thrown back, and it hit my ankle. Plus, I have been into several, and I'm going to refer this to my younger days when I used to go see Rage Against the Machine, Pearl Jam, Deftones, and Stone Temple Pilots, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and also Pantera and Metallica. I used to get in the mosh pit, and we used to do the well-known slam. If everybody doesn't know, so today there was a little bit of remembering back in the day, a little bit of pushing and shoving between a lot of these migrants in the National Guard. So that is nothing that we are concerned about. It was the rock that almost hit my head, and I turned around and it hit my back, but we are okay. People are not moving. They're blocking the street. The light of day is going down. And the problem is, let's see what the citizens that they're blocked on this road, let's see what they are going to do. That is the next thing, that let's see what they are going to do. The citizens, what they're going to do. That is the next thing. They're blocking a motorcycle right here. As you guys can see, they're blocking a motorcycle, and they're not letting him pass. And this is a violation of Article 11 of the Constitution of Freedom of Transit. That is the most aggravated thing. And it goes both ways because it applies to every citizen. But Article 11 of the Constitution, it is the freedom of transit. And Mexican citizens are prohibiting now to be transitating on their own land and country. And also the migrants cannot transit also because of the permit. So it is a huge violation of Article 11 on both scenarios. Somebody's asking Oscar, ask a local person to bring you some food. The local person, the next local person, it is around, next town, it is around 10 miles from here. And it is blocked. We're in the middle of a forest. You guys need to understand, we're in the middle of the jungle. There's a road, there's nothing surrounding us. It is all trees, and there's little ranches. There's nothing else. This cannot be happening. Cannot allow this to continue. And I think that this is going to be the last straw for the government of Mexico to understand that irregular migration, there needs to be a filter, there needs to be security, and ultimately also there needs to be a fast process for migrants if we are going to start allowing this high quantity of people. We are going to allow this amount of migrants. Qué buen enlace hizo Pedro Gerardo, ¿no? Le tocó, estuvo muy bien, güey. Lo hizo muy bien. Es un máster, hermano. Se está apagando la luz, che, así es que. Ah. Esa va a tocar. Máster, gracias. Qué buen enlace hiciste, la verdad. Eres un chingón. Eres un chingón. Ahí está. Muchas gracias. Gracias, Pedro. Ahí, arriba. No, lateral así como estaba allí arriba. ¿Aquí? No, aquí. Ahí está. this is the current situation. We somebody let us borrow a light. Our light, we left it in the hotel that is around 6 kilometers from here, but we thought that this was not going to happen. Who would have thought that this was going to happen? And our light is on the light is they let us borrow a light right here. So we are going to end this live feed. Thank you so much for joining in. If something comes of emergency, I will communicate to my manager and also to my partner Anthony Widow to restream also, and also to my manager, absolutely to my manager, that we are going to go live again. Thank you, and thank you for all the contributions necessary. We're going to continue later on this afternoon to see what is going to happen. Later on this evening, later on tonight, to see what is going to happen. We are exhausted and tired, so we are going to just stay away from the phone for a little bit and rest our voice, and then come back later on. God bless you all. Stay safe, and like we always, peace and love. Because always your country first. God bless.
Man, kudos to him for sticking out there. And really, honestly, there's nobody else doing the stuff that this guy's out there doing. I can already tell you up front from speaking to him multiple times throughout the day today, and even from his tone of voice out there, he is not comfortable. What is happening out there, guys? It's a bunch of criminals. They're basically emptying their prisons out there, and Maduro is allowing prisoners to go free under the condition that they come to the United States. And that's exactly what is happening. We got to call it out for what it is. This is no longer, oh, the migrants. That was a bunch of military aged males ready. A lot of them are actual militants. A lot of these people that are coming have police background, have military background. A lot of them are infiltrators that are being sent over here. I'm tired of being censored. I'm tired of not being able to come forth and just tell you guys and let my nuts hang on here and tell you what is really happening. This is what's really happening. And in that group of about 4,500 people, there's about 600 kids. 600 kids, in which earlier today you literally saw them in a group, and these fucking cowards, because that's what they are, they're cowards. They grab the children and they start shaking the kids and start yelling at law enforcement, like law enforcement's supposed to, oh, okay, you got a kid, go ahead, come on in. No, that's not how this works. If these people really cared about these children, they'd be filling out the proper paperwork that they would have done it back at home, done the right and proper way of coming into the United States. Is you applying from your prospective country, filing your paperwork. And when they tell me that people that are coming over, they want to work, that's a bold face lie. That is a narrative that the left loves to drive, and that is a lie. And I'll explain to you really quick in 2 minutes why it's a lie. If these people in fact wanted to come over here and work, they would apply. Oh, Anthony, it takes too long. There is nothing worth gaining from instant gratification. Coming to this country does not mean that you're instantly going to be rich overnight. Coming to this country is an opportunity for you to come here and make someone and something of yourself. And you're getting that opportunity. The freeloaders, because that's what they are, freeloaders. They're coming over here to freeload off of your country. Why do I say that? I'm going to be blatantly honest with you guys. They're coming over here to freeload off of your country because Joe Biden and his weak immigration policy is allowing them to come over here. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look. They get here to the southern border. Within 24 hours, they are processed and released. They get a free cell phone. They get a plane ticket or a bus ticket. They get money in their pocket to get to their prospective location. They then have 90 days, guys, 90 days to go and check in to whatever little office in their prospective community of where they want to settle at. Okay, that is what's going on. And guess what? For the next 6 to 7 years, That is what's going to take for them to actually see an immigration judge, because there is a shortage of immigration judges right now. And because we have a long line of people who were currently in line to file their paperwork to be able to come over here legally, because of what we're witnessing right now, now all of those people are left in the back of the line, and all of the people that are jumping line are getting priority. It's like this. When you're going to Golden Corral and you've been waiting in line to pay to go into the buffet area with your family, and then you finally get into the restaurant and you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna have me a good steak today. And now you're in the steak line and you're waiting for the butcher to cut that good little piece of steak for you, and you've been waiting for darn almost 8 minutes. And this is on top of the waiting that you've already done at the line at the entrance of the restaurant. As you're waiting there for your steak, all of a sudden, Carlitos and Juanito and John Doe over here walk right up to the line and they take your place. And you're like, what the hell is going on? And so you get three grown-ass men now cutting in line before you get your steak. And you think about it, you're like, I'm not going to make a big deal. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to make a big scene. I'm not going to fight these guys for a piece of steak at a restaurant. Well, Juanito, Carlitos, and John Doe invite Panchita, Carlitas, and Ivan over to come eat. And then Panchita and Carlitas and Ivan invite Maria and Tanya and Terry and whoever else. Now they're coming over, and now you got a whole line of people right in front of you so that you can get your steak, but now you got about 15, 20 people ahead of you, and now you got to sit there in line. Does that sound fair to you guys? But wait, there's more. Suppose you're sitting there and now now these people are going to wait 6 to 7 years. They get processed, they get released into your community. It is going to take them 6 to 7 years to see an immigration judge. In those 6 to 7 years, it is illegal for these illegal aliens, because that's what they are. It is illegal for the illegal aliens to work, because them being released into the community to wait for a political asylum hearing does not grant them a social security, does not grant them a work permit, a work visa. It's not the Braceros program. It's none of that. So when I hear leftists, liberals, Democrats, whatever you want to call themselves, they're here to work. They're here to take the jobs that Americans don't want. First of all, that is the most racist thing that you could say. To sit there and tell a Latino to his face that your only worth is to be out in the sun farming, you're a fucking racist. Oh, Latinos are only good for farming and slaving. That is the most racist shit you can say. That's racist as hell. So when they say, oh, they're here to work. One, they are not here to work. I just explained to you why they're not here to work. They're here to wait for a political asylum hearing, which is going to take them 7 years to go before a judge. In those 7 years, guess what? They're going to need housing. They're going to need housing, which what's happening right now, we got homeless vets on the streets that cannot get any kind of help. But these migrants, guess what? They get housing. We got elderly people being displaced because of high property taxes through the roof, where they're having to sell their property and they're having to rent and they no longer own a home. But guess what? The freeloaders get housing on your dime. The money that you've all paid in for into via tax is going to where? Ukraine, illegal aliens, to their housing. Guess what else they're going to need aside from housing? They're going to need medical. They're going to need an education. They're going to need food. And guess where all of this is going to come from? You guys just witnessed their behavior. You saw them on full display just a few minutes ago, thanks to Oscar El Blue and Tapachula. You saw their full behavior on display. Do you want those people moving in next to you? Knowing that they cannot work. And guess what? They're gonna blow right through that monthly cash that our government is giving to them. They're gonna blow right through it, drinking fake Gucci, fake Bebe purses, their fake hair, their fake nails, their cell phones. They're gonna blow through that cash. And then guess what's gonna happen? They're already criminals. They're already used to the criminal lifestyle. Not only is there a language barrier, there's a culture barrier. You see, when people come migrate into this country, there is a process, and there is a process set in stone for a reason, so that people are able to come into this country and for it not to be a cultural shock, which is what we're about to see right now, is a cultural shock. As when people are actually migrating, they actually take the time, they take a class or several classes here in this country to assimilate. They wonder, they got to learn, what do the stripes on the flag represent? What do all the little stars on the flag represent? How did the country get started? When did it start? A basic history knowledge of the country so that they're able to assimilate. Guess what? After they've learned some proper history on our country, then they get the little diploma. They have a celebration where their family members that are proud of them because they came in legally. They did the sacrifice. They sacrificed time, effort, money, and they took the time to put all of their paperwork together, scraped up to the last penny, and then you have an award ceremony for them where then they get to wave a beautiful little American flag and say, I am now an American citizen. That is migration. This shit we're seeing is a straight out invasion, and you cannot tell me otherwise. And yes, I'm cursing. Yes, I'm yelling. I am fucking heated that this government has gone balls to the wall, irrelevant. They're not even, it's non-existent. There is no border existing right now. And meanwhile, in places like Arizona, Ben Berkwam, Tim Foley, and myself out there camping, trying to show you guys and showcase to the world, hey, this might not be such a good idea. There are people being trafficked in and out of the Arizona desert, handcuffed, guys. Handcuffed, escorted by males with AR-15s and AK-47s like it's just no big deal and nobody bats a fucking eye. My goodness. It's unsustainable. It's irresponsible. Literally, cartel men trafficking young girls about 13, 14 years old in camo gear through 114-degree heat for 5 days. Can you imagine what these little girls are going through with these deprived, perverted men that have completely been desensitized of humanity, that don't have a heart, These cold-blooded killers. Could you imagine what they're doing to these women, to these children? And to top it all off, to know that there are humanitarian groups out there in Arizona, and we know because we have it on tape, we have their faces. Women, liberal women out in Arizona making food and water drops for the organized crime that is operating out of the mountains in Arizona. I have drone footage. We have trail cam footage of all of this happening. Long arms, locked and loaded, ready for war. We stayed less than a quarter of a mile from where all of that is happening. Oh, well, you put yourself out there. I know I put myself out there, and I'm not crying victim. I'm not crying wolf. I'm simply trying to educate some of you guys that may not know what we're doing out here to show that this is not right. We're ringing the alarm. We're ringing the alarm. We're to the point that we're willing to risk our lives to bring you guys footage of what's happening. You see grown men, not just women, and girls coming into this country through there. You see grown men, guys, handcuffed, hands tied behind their back as they're being trafficked in and out of the country. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they've done to them. We don't know what they've done with them. We don't know why they're trafficking them. We don't know why they're bringing them handcuffed or taking them out handcuffed. We don't know what's going on. I'm not a federal agent. I'm a reporter, so I'm telling you guys, this is what's up. This is what's happening. It's crazy. It's crazy that there is no mainstream media doing half of what Ben, half of what Oscar is out there doing. It's something much, much more sinister. They put out these numbers a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, talking about there's been over 500,000 gotaways. It's way more than that. From our whole border. And y'all know I've been from one coast of the country to the other on that southern border. I want to tell you, maybe, and this is me giving a lot of credit, there's maybe about 35, no more than 40% of our southern border covered with cameras. Now that's not just that's definitely not that's definitely not border patrol. I'm saying from our whole southern border, maybe about 35% has actual eyes on there via cameras that are in the immediate area. The rest are completely open, totally unsecure, wide open spaces, nothing, no camera in sight, absolutely nothing, completely coming in undisturbed. That is what it is. So when they tell and they come out here, oh, there's 500,000 people that have come in through the country illegally. And yes, those are known gotaways, but those are numbers that just reflect. Those are numbers that just reflect people that have been caught in that 35% area that is actually being watched. What is happening in the other 65% of the border that is not manned with one camera at all? They are bold face lying to you guys with the numbers that CBP is putting out there. And if you have a family member that works within the Border Patrol, I guarantee you he's going to tell you, he or she is going to tell you the same thing. The same thing. Thank you, Teresa, for being on it. Thank you so much. Shout out to Brenda Hendricks. Thank you to all of our mods. Thank you guys very, very much. Uh, if for those of my mods on YouTube right now, if you guys would like to also help me mod via Facebook, drop me a message and I'll add you guys right away. Thank you guys for joining. I'm sorry for the rant, but it's total frustration witnessing what is happening and then still have people up north for the most part still thinking that this is not an onslaught, thinking that this is not going to be coming their way. Believe me, this is coming to your doorstep whether you like it or not. And if you're just going to sit around and let it consume you and not do anything, that's on you. It's important for all of us to educate the rest of the country, because without everybody being properly educated, they cannot vote adequately. So my main goal, my main focus is to try to educate and push as much content up north so that then those people are able to see, hey, this is really a concern. This is all coming. So it's always, always, always for education. It's always, always to try to inform and get the word out. So thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab something to eat. I will be in contact with Oscar in just a little bit, and more than likely him and I will link up tonight and we'll bring you guys a live and a breakdown of everything that he's been seeing out there. There's a lot that he could not talk about right now being out on the field. So later on tonight, I'll bring him on my platform because I know he's being watched. I'll bring them on my platform and we'll break it all down to you guys. And then hopefully I'll have some drone footage already uploaded to my laptop so that you guys get to view some of that stuff out here. So thank you guys so much. Let me see. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all very much. Share this video. I'll leave it up. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Getter at Real Anthony on Getter. Real Anthony on Getter. Thank you all so much. Stay safe. And like we always say, peace and love, everyone, because always your country is first.